I like your take on boobies. And I like boobies.
Welcome to the Turnbuckle podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. So, we're going to talk about these tournaments that's going on in Smackdown and the tournament that's going on in AEW. You know, because Smackdown having a tournament too for the United States title. Just like AEW was having a tournament. Now, there's different stuff about this tournament. Now, you know, there haven't been any interference in these tournaments going on right now. But, you know, the AEW tournament is better than the SmackDown tournament. But still good tournaments. So, last night, it was SmackDown. And we had Kamala Hayes versus Wrestling Waller. Okay, got it. Alright, then you had Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Both matches were good. Both people who won should have won over. Kamala Hayes in his first SmackDown debut. Him, and you had Wrestling Waller. And you know what I'm gonna say about Wrestling Waller is this: he's good, he's real good, and he's good on the mic, and he's an asshole, you know. But I don't think he's won a lot of matches. I know he's a heel, so he's not supposed to win a lot of matches in general, but. Like, ever since they paired him up with Austin Theory, he doesn't win anything. Like, anything he has one-on-one, he doesn't win at all. You know, anything he just hasn't won. You can't take him seriously. And, you know, he had a cameo. We'll say that. With Kamala Hayes over the weekend. Or not even the weekend, like the weekday. You know, and he showed up and he was messing around with Kamala Hayes, and it was like just fucking with him. Excuse my language. Just fucking with him. You know? And I knew then that Kamala Hayes was probably going to win that night. Last night. Because of that. And he looked good. Pause. Like he looked good in the ring, you know. That's better. Like he looked good in the ring, you know, real good. And Wrestling Waller always looks good in the ring. Like he's a good wrestler, and I wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle again. Whenever Kamala Hayes gets called up, they should just call him up now. But I know he has stuff. I know Kamala Hayes has stuff tied up still in NXT. But they should just call him up. His next match is against Kevin Owens, which Kevin Owens and Austin Theory had a good match too. And it was surrounded around Kevin Owens' hand. But he's not hurt. You know, I'm just letting you know that he's not really hurt. They're just playing an angle with that hand. Because he's always punching people with that hand. And, you know, he punched Austin Theory this time, too. And it was legal with the cast on his hand. You know? But it was a good match. Both matches were good. Both matches was real good. You know, and there was no cheating or any interference. If we want to call it a hand interference, it is what it is. So, we got both tournaments going on right now, and I'm enjoying both. And next week, just like I was happy for Swerve versus Moxley, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Kevin Owens versus Carmelo Hayes because it's a first. It has never happened. So I'm ready for that to happen. Now, now, Kevin Owens should win. Kevin Owens should win. Because like I said, Carmelo Hayes is not done with NXT yet. Now, Kevin Owens said it in his backstage interview that this reminds him of John Cena and him. And Kevin Owens was the NXT champion still, so he wasn't done with NXT at the time. But this reminds him of that, which is cool. You know, a little goose there right there. But I don't see the same thing happening. I don't see Carmelo Hayes beating Kevin Owens. I don't see it happening. Now, whether I want it to happen, no, because I'm a bigger Kevin Owens fan than I am a Carmelo Hayes fan. But I can see it happening. If you want to push Carmelo to the moon, yes. Well, pushing him to the moon will mean he will win the whole thing. And regardless of Carmelo Hayes or if it's Kevin Owens, I can't see any of them beating Logan for the belt too soon. Unless he just want the belt off him because it's never on SmackDown. You know? And to point into that, next week, Dragon Lee is fighting Pete Dunne. I'm not going to call him Butch or whatever on that crap. Pete Dunne next week for really last night too because they taped both SmackDowns last night to to get people off for the holidays coming up. So Dragon Lee is fighting Pete Dunne for the North American title. Now, the only reason they're doing that with the title because you don't have a title on SmackDown right now, so they're putting something in replace of that. Now, for me, I would just bring back the European title. I wouldn't have a tournament for it, but I would bring it back somehow and put that on somebody. Since you hungry for a title. Because even though the North American title is being defended, I can't see Dragon Lee losing it right now on SmackDown. So they love lies in the problem. I mean, the belt should have never got over on. The belt the United States belt shouldn't have been missing in the first place for SmackDown. I understand why they did it. I understand why they're doing it. Still. Like, especially when your world heavyweight, not world heavyweight, WWE championship is already missing. Which brings me to our tribal chief. He showed out. This SmackDown. He showed up. He gave us his presence. It's been a minute. Now, before I get into that, let me explain to y'all about Roman Reigns and why I don't talk bad about him. I won't knock him. I won't talk bad about him because he got too much going on as it is. Alright? He's a cancer survivor from leukemia. His brother died. So after that, you won't see me boo him. You won't see me make fun of him. You won't see me talk bad about him. Won't. Not gonna happen. I think he deserved what he gets. Because for 5 years people just booed him. And it wasn't his fault he was getting booed. Like it wasn't his fault that he was main eventing WrestleManias and getting shoved down our throat because Vince. So no, don't talk bad about Roman Reigns. I think he's getting what he deserves. Plain and simple. With the contract, the title reign, it's all well deserved to me. So he showed up. He showed up, and he had a promo, and he acknowledged Solo as the next tribal chief. If something ever happened to Roman Reigns. Now, if you watched Smackdown last night, you seen who had a problem with that. Jimmy had a problem with that, which Jimmy shouldn't. Like he shouldn't. Like to a certain extent, Jimmy wasn't really in the bloodline. You know, for a certain like to be honest about the bloodline, Jimmy is the reason why the bloodline is not. It doesn't have Jay anymore. Jimmy caused this crap to happen. Like Jimmy did all this stuff. So why would Jimmy feel like he should be the next tribal chief when he was never going to be the tribal chief in the first place? Like he was never going to be tribal chief in the first place. Like he was never going to be that guy. First it was Jay, now it's Solo. It was never going to be him. Like it was never going to be him. Sorry, y'all. Like it was never gonna be him. I don't know why he would think it would be him. Like he caused all this craziness to happen. He caused this shit to happen to him. To Jay. So that happened. The Randy Orton came out and he talked about 18 months of him being missing, 18 months of losing everything, 18 months that he wanted to fight Roman. Talked about that. I said it. It was supposed to happen. It was literally supposed to happen. And then Randy Orton's back injury caused it not to happen. So he came out there, and it was good to see. It was good to see this face off with Orton versus Roman. It's good to see it. Real good to see it. And Orton said that he doesn't care what happens. I mean, who he got to go through, tonight, and so like he's probably gonna go through. I mean, not probably. So that set up a match later on tonight. So the interview with Roman Reigns and Jimmy. Paul Heyman was there. Paul Heyman was there. Solo was there. But going back to the face off, Roman said, he didn't miss him. He wasn't thinking about him. He see him back at the line, and then Orton with the RKO. Roman got out of it, and then Orton said, "Sounds to me like you shit yourself." So good statement. Then we got in the back, and Jimmy still feels some type of way about Solo being the next heir to the tribal chief, be the next tribal chief. And Roman said it's promoting season. It starts the limit, and instead of Solo fighting Orton, Roman said Jimmy's gonna fight Orton. So we got that. So we know what was gonna happen then. We protecting Solo, and we feeding Jimmy. We protecting Solo, and we feeding Jimmy. So then we got to the tournaments, which I already talked about. But again, I'm gonna stress this tournament is real good. It's showcasing your future stuff, like wrestlers. Austin Theory, which look, I don't got a problem with Austin Theory. Like I don't see him others see him. But he was good in the ring last night. He was real good in the ring last night. Like, and as far as his character growth, that ain't his fault. It's WWE's fault because the push that he was getting didn't go anywhere once Triple H took over. Now that should tell you how they feel about Triple H. I mean, how Triple H feels about Austin Theory, but I digress. This is what it is. He did good last night. Orton won. He should have won. And Grayson Waller and Carmella Hayes are your future. And like I said, we're gonna see more of them. We're gonna see more of them down the road in pay-per-views and matches. And Carmella Hayes should go to Smackdown because they need it. They need it bad. So there's that. We found out about Charlotte, which I knew how it looked that she probably tore her ACL, and she will miss 9 months. She will miss 9 months going forward. So it sounds like that sounds all like a ACL MCL tear. So I feel bad for Charlotte. I really do. This is gonna be her first Mania she missed in a minute. Since she got called up. So I feel bad for her. As much as people shit on her, I like Charlotte. I don't think she deserves all these title shots and everything, but I still like Charlotte. I don't knock her like I don't knock Roman. Different reasons, but I just don't knock Charlotte like that. So we found out about that. Damage Control had Bailey really had a promo, but it was a promo that they were united and stuff. Then they had a tag team match with Yamin in Vega, and so it was Oscar and it was Damage Control. Damage Control versus them, which we know who was gonna win. You don't give them a promo like that and then lose. So they won for interference from Bailey and Data Kai. But good match. At least they giving them something to do. That Damage Control. Vega and so that wasn't bad. We got a backstage interview, backstage thing with Orton and LA Knight, and Orton was telling LA Knight he didn't need his help, stay out of his way. And LA Knight was saying if anybody's gonna take away everything Orton got, it's gonna be him. So little things there happening there, but the real surprise was yet to come, which I knew it was gonna happen because it's me. So then we got the Jimmy and we got the Jay. Jimmy and we got the I don't know why I said Jay. We got Jimmy versus Orton. It was okay. It wasn't nothing great, but they got 20 minutes, and you knew Orton wasn't going to lose, but it was a good match. It was a good match. As soon as they said Jimmy's name, he was going to lose. Cause I already told y'all, when it comes to Jimmy and it comes to Jay, they don't win main events. Single wrestlers. As a single wrestler, they don't win main events. They just don't. Especially against Orton or Drew McIntyre, they don't win these matches. They just don't. Or Cody or Seth, they don't win these matches. It hurts, but it hurts Jay more than it hurts Jimmy. To be told, because Jimmy's not really getting a single push. He is what he ain't, and not like Jay. All right, not like Jay. So because on Raw, Jay's by himself. He may have Cody here and Sammy here, all right, but he's by himself. So he's really getting a single wrestler push, and he's in the same boat as Jimmy still. You know, it's like when they're tied, they're almost unbeatable. But when they're single competitors, they're not. They're not. You know, so going in, we knew what was going to happen because you don't think Jimmy's gonna even with interference, which there was no interference in this match. So that told you even more what was gonna happen. Like that lets you know up front what was gonna happen. You know, um, who was going over. Because even with interference, it wasn't gonna happen. You know, so you know, but it was a good match. It was a good match. It was okay. I enjoyed the tournament matches more than this match, but it was okay. You know, then we got down to the nitty gritty, the end of the match. Orton won, and then oh wait, there was some interference, but not really. There was going to be some interference. The Solo came out, and then LNA came out, but there was no interference though. I mean, like Orton won because Jimmy turned Orton around and Orton RP'd over, and that was it. But there wasn't really no interference. Like helping wise, there was no interference. So LNA came out, and Orton felt some type of way about that. And then what happened? Roman came out, and Roman hit LNA from behind, and then Roman thought about coming inside the ring, and he thought about it, and he thought about it, and he thought of. Then he went in the ring and they went blow for blow, blow for blow. Him and Orton went blow for blow, blow for blow, like hitting, and then Solo and Jimmy came in there and they jumped Orton. Yeah, and LNA came in there and they jumped him. Then AJ came back, but all you heard was music at first, and Roman was ready for him. Like, come on. And then AJ came from behind, and he was dressed all in black, and he hit Roman with the phenomenal elbow. And then you see AJ looked ripped, like he looked in real good shape, like just like Orton did. Like that time off that time off, you know, like does wonders. That time off does wonders if it's done right. If you ain't just sitting around not doing nothing. But you can tell with Orton and you can tell with AJ Styles last night that they was working out. AJ Styles has always had like a gut, you know, like nowadays. But now that gut is ripped, you know. I ain't kind of looking at nobody's body, you know, but you know, AJ looked phenomenal. You know, let's hope that kind of weight don't slow him down though. You know, cause like he is a fast wrestler, even in his old age, he's still fast. So, you know, he came back, and then the twist happened. Him and Orton was good. It was cool. But then the LA Knight situation happened. He turned on LA Knight. Now, this should lead to a lot of situations here. You know, last time we seen AJ got jumped from behind in the back, and we seen Jimmy and we seen Solo take him out. Now, AJ could feel some type of way about that. Just who replaced him? Who cut in line? LA Knight cut in line. You know, or AJ should feel like it wasn't Jimmy or Jay that jumped from behind. You know, but this all goes to AJ feels like LA stole the spotlight. Now, as you can see, the fans turned on AJ last night. Now, just don't make AJ a heel. Make him a tweener. You know, not all heel, not all face. makes him that. Which I'm cool with that. You know, I like AJ did that back in the day in TNA, and it worked for him. It was like it's the only time I'm gonna give Sting props. It was like a Sting situation with the NWO back in the day that he wasn't full heel and he wasn't full face like that, and it worked for AJ back in the day when he did it for TNA, and he was in limbo. He won the New Japan Heavyweight title back then. You know, this was good for him. This was real good for him back then. So it should work now, especially he's in shape, and hopefully they take him serious. Hopefully they give him a good push. You know, a good push from this. Hopefully it leads to something like a title shot. He's not gonna win it, but like a title shot, like a semi push. He takes no L's of being this guy. Now, hopefully, this don't mean that there's no OC with him, because I would want OC to get involved in this. But we find out tonight. I say tonight, but we'll find out next week what happened. Now, I found out sooner than that, because again, it's me. I'm gonna find out the news that I want to know. And then, I'll probably tell you, I probably won't tell y'all, but we'll see. I'll give you my thoughts on it. But they can go a lot of ways with AJ being this way right now. AJ can have help. AJ it could lead to AJ being by himself and no OC with him, no Vega with him. Not Vega, Mia Chin. Mia. Nobody. It can lead to just him being by himself and being solo. And taking out the bloodline, taking out LA Knight. And you don't need the fans for that then. Because anyway they touch LA Knight is gonna get booed. Orton, Cody, Seth, AJ. Anybody that catches LA Knight is only a boo because he got some faithful fans. I talked about this last week. Oh, the last episode. Take one. Last episode, I talked about that. He got some faithful fans. Well, we'll see how faithful. Because fans can be flaky. So we got AJ, and I'm happy to see AJ. Like I really am, because AJ is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Really is. Like I enjoy watching AJ matches. Whether it's in New Japan, TNA, WWE. Alright? I'm happy in WWE. I'm happy he didn't go to AEW. I'm happy him and CM Punk didn't get into it last week. But then again, he wasn't there, so who knows what would happen. But I'm happy to see AJ back. Happy to see he's in shape. I don't know if he's rusty because he hasn't had a match in a minute. So we'll see over that. Let's see how they ease him back in. Ease him back in and see what they do next. Like maybe we get a three-way for the for number one contendership, and he wins that, or he wins that. But somebody's gonna win a number one contendership. Either LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. That should happen. That match should happen. Now, I will want AJ to win, but we may have to wait on that. Cause he's just coming back, and people still want LA Knight to be up there. Still, I can't keep saying this too soon because eventually it won't be too soon. Eventually we're gonna get LA Knight with a title. So I still think he deserves a United States title run and not a heavyweight title run. Now, people think that's not enough, but it is enough For now, yeah, it's enough. Um, but I deserve AJ thing. I think AJ deserves a push. You know, he hasn't got one in a minute. Like he's been the. I shouldn't say he hasn't got a push in a minute because he got one where he went. He got one for the heavyweight title tournament, and he was in it, and he won his matches, and he fought himself and he lost. So I shouldn't say he hasn't gotten a push lately because he has. I think he should get a title run. Is what I should, and you know maybe he should get the United States title again. I think a company is good with AJ being champion. Then him being the chaser, but it's good to see him back. It's good to see AJ back because AJ deserves to be around. You know, I don't want AJ I don't want AJ's time being wasted. All right, I don't want his time being wasted. AJ deserves to have it all to me. Him and Kevin Owens. Now I'm biased because those are two of my favorite wrestlers going in WWE right now. All right, like so I know I can't get both of them, but I would love to have one of them as champion right now. You know, I know both of them going to be on Smackdown because CM Punk's on Raw, so there's that. But you know, I'm glad to see AJ back. Like I'm glad that he's here. You know, I'm glad that he showed up. I'm glad he showed out. I'm glad there's a twist with him, and it looks like he's going back to an era that WWE never did. But it's one of the reasons why they signed him because he got over in New Japan. He got over in TNA with this gimmick. So hopefully we go into that gimmick. You know, so we'll see. All right. So I'm gonna end this episode with that. Thank you for the likes and shares. Make sure you guys do both. Thank you for watching my episodes and my show. Show episodes, same thing. Like, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all watch New Breed. Make sure y'all watch EFBC in general. Y'all have a nice night. God bless. I'm out.